Hello everyone, welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Shadows of New York. Still a bit bothered about last episode. Like, I had to take some time off, step away from that. Cause fuck, that hit a bit too close to home. Just the way it was ending. Like, I haven't heard that same words, but I've been in similar situations where the whole... Because you don't know the other person's situation because they don't tell you what's going on. Like, they don't really let on that the fact that, hey, you're being too, like, the whole give for take in the relationship. They don't really let on that you're being too taking of the relationship. And then by the time you realize that you are, it's usually over. But yeah, definitely sucks. Definitely needed to take some time away and not continue doing this for a bit. But anyway, now that we're back, we're recovered, we're good, hopefully, maybe. There's something stupid happens. Let's work on... I'm not sure if we're finishing this or not, because it's only night 9. Which means this would be a lot shorter than the other one if it ends on night 9 or 10. Because that one was like 15 to 16 nights. Of course, there's a lot more film in the last one, but in Coteries of New York, but still. Anyway, for me it always starts with an image. Alright, this thing again. Which might be vaguely eerie or interesting, but usually not an image that would provoke particularly strong feelings by itself. Usually hides a mystery, that much is correct. Mystery doesn't insist with how it's hatched, or more specifically, at context. Context is everything. One way or another, you need to process what you're looking at. Maybe that context will be something you've heard or overheard. So I try to adjust my headset to be where I want it to be. Maybe that was quite rare and pretty spatial. Be a very own creative, captivating, complete interpretation. Also remember, the ends justify the means. And honesty is the best policy. Goes with an idea. Ooh, this time, oh, it's that sunrise thing. I was like, oh, the moon's definitely a thing, but no, that's the sunrise. Oh god, my eyes. This half-forgotten memory of something unspeakably beautiful we'll never ever see again. I would never ever see. Just seem for a movie, a fragment of music, and animation. Right, this is River's last thing Callahan ever saw in his own life. Warm sunbeams caressing his skin and turning to ash. Giant ball of fire engulfing his body and flame from 93 million miles away. Was he terrified? Was he grateful? There's no will, no suicide note, no nothing. Instead of going counting what the local historians will write, presumably letting no bias shape the narrative one way or another. Am I looking at Hill? Horrible, laughable hall mirrors, people I never ever to see again. Vampire much more despicable than myself. I someone who loved taking care of me and deserved to be loved for in return. Funny thing, whenever I was high as a kite, when he lost dimensions parallel to George, she was my anchor. For shared history, my feelings for her were an anchor. Every continent. Hey, returning to his strange daughter from the other side of the cosmos, beyond the fit horizon, guided by nothing but love. Whenever I got back to planet Earth for a week or two, I was haunted by a memory of that affection. I was the best possible version of myself toward her. The haunting always refused to transfigure into something real. But gradually took its place with angry, disappointed thoughts, and among them, one thought that I was always trying to suppress. Someone who knew how to raise me up spiritually. Why have a sycophant who's always working her ass off to lift me out? Then what I need, it's hurting us both. Well, here's the thing. We are still at fault, though. Need someone who knows how to raise me up spiritually, while I was a sick man who's always working her ass off to lift me up without understanding what I need. Yeah, but at the same time, you didn't really support her at all. Like, seriously, that's the problem with... Okay, calm down, me. Let's not start that. Start my own life. Don't know what do I think about this city. I had the best city in the world phase. I had just a playground for wealthy fucktards phase. Now I'm searching for a better description. One day Barbara stumbled upon like a piece of writing or prestigious TV show scene. I'm gonna change just that. So I'm gonna look at this place with new eyes. Maybe I won't. Like the frustrations I had back at Lodestar, all these words constantly trailing behind reality, trapping you in useless mindsets of bringing enlightenment. Fuck all those flashy writers whose main concern is furthering their own brand. You expect to present you with limited, pathetic, depressing realities when they are all kings. Fuck them all to hell. So basically what we're doing right now is we're just monologuing about the past and stuff. Just to waste my voice is what we're doing. Gotcha. We need words to paint a brighter future before our eyes. What if that can't be done without reinterpreting the past first? What if we haven't even defined the ills and threats correctly? I had to get my thoughts returned to the same features that have been tormenting me for almost every waking moment of this past week. Of course I wait, yeah, it has been a week since we started like the investigation, hasn't it? Seamless demise is devoid of any context. A crime scene stripped of evidence and image created by an unknown artist designed to leave you dumbfounded. Investigation is over, all the possible evidence explored. All the non-testimonies are in, no concrete evidence found, the play is almost complete. Now just ready to leave the stage. It is what it is. Fairness is detective. I don't know, maybe through no fault of my own, but again, it is what it is. This case is seen sufficient nobody to investigate. From what I understand, all the people in charge, everyone was a talented writer. What if? Ghost of an idea. When I wake up, Dakota's still not here. I don't know how to feel about that, so I just don't. Of course you do. Parents left a message by the door. Still that mad, huh? Probably appeared at the court to take me off the case. And if half the garbage case was found correct, she had much trouble convincing everyone. Look in the mirror and stowed my warped non-reflection. This place is upsetting. You need to change the scenery, go. Pressing streets of a lockdown New York City would do. Think of God, maybe that's why I have consciously picked the cathedral as my destination. I had the silver cross adorning my chest, an empty signifier. Whenever someone asks me why I wear it, they hear a different story. Think of these silhouettes that I keep spying from the corner of my eye. No, I don't even want to imagine what that means. If what it means, it makes me nauseous enough. Think of my clan so closely tied to the Catholic Church, so loveless marriage, so to speak. It's not the one between my parents. Think about the great irony of the somber truth with the Holy See. We're the only ones who stay so close to the Lord's light, even though we are certain we will never ever reach it. Someone shadows have visions. Visions of comrades who depart this world recently, traveling through some abstract space. One that's disturbing and astonishing in equal measures. The most reachable afterlife there is for a kind. They get caught and consumed by a dark and mysterious silhouette. Now it's not bringing up that. So find the way antediluvians. The forebears of every clan belong to the 13 vampire clans. These vicious bastards of the third generation created the world as we know it, and some features of blood are said to originate with them. Thanks for coming out of the internet, you Mesopotamian dickweed. That's what I'd say if I didn't have a premonition we might see each other again someday, somehow. So antediluvian wasn't stopped by his final death. He's still out there, behind the shadows, taking revenge for patricide, feeding on us like Saturn devouring our children. Dakota would say it might not be factual, but it is emotional truth. Turn the camera to panically scrambling for any safe house, like our errors are solely motivated by fail. Cinderella Falls are catching up with Them and it's young children like me who are given responsibility to clean up the mess with the constant sense of doom and looming over the horizon. Don't talk about salvation more, we're just minimizing the impact of damnation. It's no way to live, but then again, maybe that's why they call it on life. Shit, it's been night. Oh fuck no. Not you. Hello there, lost sheep. I'll have you know, this shepherd was as sternly patient and waiting for you. What are you doing here while the night is so young? Out for blood? Or you unlock this place offers both the body and blood. Missionaries doing the methods for pickup artists, they would be all like this guy. Not in the mood, you sorry ass bum. Step the fuck away from me or you're gonna be sorry. Oh my, something troubling you, so I can arrange a confession. You're in a hurry, keep in mind the path from inner turmoil begins with a friendly yell. Got one right here. Korwad Jabani Tuja. Ready to fuck you up, don't you? Don't you? Juria, as you should know by now, I always interpret this kind of response to preaching the divine as the devil stirring inside. That way, Juria, the liar and the father of lies got hold of your soul. If so, give me a signal, even the smallest one. I'll do my best to spot it. Don't spare some sign in my chest. Recognize the failure and the handbrake just broke. I'm definitely not on level ground. Fuck, here we go. Listen, I've had enough, alright? Enough. Enough of your sentimental attitude, enough of your brazen lack of basic empathy, enough of your dumb, ugly fucking mug, of fucking singular stupidity, tastelessness, and cringe. Now all sorts of horrible shitheads and assets. Somehow none of them get on my skin the way you do, you motherfucker. Like a goddamn Jehovah's Witness going door to door, as if you're always knocking on my fucking skull going, hey, do you know God exists? Have you heard that God exists? Like, hold on, hold that right there. Never say that God exists. What? I said, what makes you think I believe God exists? Oh, now you're just fucking with me. No, I'm serious. Or it sounds serious, at least I'm actually speechless. There's been some sort of silly misunderstanding that desperately needs to be cleared up. Mario's. I sure hope so, Joey. I feel like, what, you must have ignored half of what I've been saying for you to reach these conclusions. Well, that's very well possible, actually. Usually takes 15 seconds of him talking to get me completely zoned out. So to avoid any further mess-ups, I will go back to my beginning and explain the core of my religious beliefs, okay? Love the Catholic imagery and cherish the traditional lore. I draw the practices, the intricacies of the theology, the messages contained in the Bible. Of course I do. This man believes that one day I will see the big dad in the sky. Forgive me, Lord, but I don't think so. Doesn't sound very likely, especially for a bloodthirsty creature of the night. That's just what it's about. Fun imagery. That's oversimplified, but yes, I suppose you could say that. Oh fuck, you ain't Catholic. You're just a weirdo cosplayer. That's a good line right there. Says a non-practitioner who still wears a cross. Yeah, but I don't show down people's throats for fun in my spare time. Simply trying to show the joys religion has brought to my own life of others. What joys? Oh, where to start when there are so many? The joy of having plainly understandable rules of all, the joy of always having a structure to your life, the joy of always knowing where to find people who share your values. Of course, the joys of being an aristocracy surrounding oneself with exquisite, lustrous architecture, beautiful classical music, ornate rituals formalizing our actions and relationships, pseudo-virtue separating you from the masses, the hierarchies, the communities, also an idea greater than themselves. That monarchy or some camera traditions, but not as gosh. So that's what it was. You saw paying appearance and thought, hell, yeah, why then? And then you just decided, what, they mean to you? Well, don't get me wrong, it's real faith that brought me to the fold, but eventually we're down the religion to its core, to what interests me. Unbelievable. But I don't think for a second I wasn't empathetic when I was trying to convert you. You're the environment of existential despair surrounding us. One of the people you should try to drown out with drugs, sets, work, Netflix, pick your poison, all of them, temporary copes. Empty yourself, kill your ego, get a routine, join a community. Ground your morality in something tangible. Start perceiving yourself as part of something greater. All of it offer codifies by itself by codified in an appearing upward aesthetic, one that keeps the beast at bay, one that you are almost fitting into the way you are. What's there to hate? By the way, the beast, bottomless pit of savage and hunger, always on the surface, begging me to lose control. All vampires have some worse than ours. It comes in many flavors. I don't know what would happen if I gave in to this urge, but somehow I doubt I'd like it. Unbelievable. You're a goddamn lunatic. He looks to the sky. Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Stop, the entire outage is just aesthetic, you fucking loon. And how is that different from anyone else nowadays in this regard? Stop arguing semantics. No, you stop. Just look at yourself. A privileged burnout who refuses to face herself in anything. You had a point. Always talking me into anything when for once in your own life you are forced into a politically charged, dangerous task. Once over you'll be back to being a nameless brat. Desire to murder increases. Ever since World War II I've been wanting every person and every idea I cared about. Where from disappear, that's the source of my pain. That's the reason I am what I am. Source of your pain, the thing that defines you. People have been mean to you. Fuck up, people in third world countries keep their heads high while suffering from every sort of horror, but you have a complete mental breakdown every time you remember you have mommy issues. Wow, classic. Sound like you have the high ground here, you oblivious sadist. All I'm saying is everyone has a different framework, a different lens to feel they're suffering through. Ah, jeez, we're just going off and off and off and off. Yes, and there's one thing abandoning your humanity should have shown you. The kind frameworks are not enough. Petty vendettas, childish romances, pointless power struggles, the dumb gamble that chasing a successful career. Mommy and daddy issues, sure, why not? Pain and pleasure dictate everything. Everyone wants something bigger than this. They want to escape from this drudgery. They want psychedelia, but permanent. They want to stare God's face even if he does not exist. And you could show them how. Step the cross you're wearing into your heart, Julia. Just have that. Creepy fucker. Just as have that. Alright, that'll be enough, then, alright. The mood changed in an instant. Side farmer lit. Barbara Leonard takes us both back. Barbara, what are you doing here so early? You two were arguing so loud I had to come out and check. Even for all the panic on TV these days, simply walking outside feels like marching into a war zone. And no one's wearing masks. Why is no one wearing masks? I'm sorry. You should be. I was willing to turn a blind eye to your quirks because I believe you have your heart in the right place. Most I'm very disappointed in the way you approach folks in need. Ran up in and secret displaying all the confidence this coded teacher's favorite. I was just trying to guide her to set her on the right path. I know, Benoit, I know, that's the problem. The circus is open. Please head there right now. We need to have a long talk. Give me some coffee if you wish. But, Benoit, those things away. Looking defeated, deflated, debased. I brought the moment to my retinas, edge on my soul. Kind of hoping I'm never to see him again this hour, remember him. Father watches him close until he disappears from sight, then turns to me. I feel sorry for him. I keep hoping he might find some basic empathy through faith. But I've done this far as let him leave you at the end of your tether. Yeah, that's a faith he has. Are you okay with all the bullshit he's from? I was had to support, but I don't reject it. Like attrition and contrition. Imperfect and perfect repentance. You know, one is focused on relationship with God. The other is self-interest focused on personal gain. But both of them work. Yeah, but just on the straight you is completely missing the point. They had purely secular takes on Christ's teachings. But nothing new. Pascal's Wager is a boring example, but have you by chance read Vampire The Masquerade Margarita? Trip back and pull and everything trying to look into ledger online loads. To repeat that joke about the talking cat who's voting for no poor vodka on a lake because women deserve pure alcohol. That's one takeaway from that novel, I suppose. Alright, so moving suspension of Christ is not a divine being, stripped of myth, qualities, and open for transcendence. She sensation understood as this powerful force is battling within us. I'm afraid we would have to read it again. It's been too long. Sounds nice, though. Stretch legs and take out another smoke. Glenn watches me close and grows speaking up again. Julia. 4 hours from now, there's going to be a beat in this island. The big finale of Celebration of Power. Everyone will be there, but they were counting on you to not show up. A good show plans to present the results and investigation instead. Its simple, crude strategy might work, begs to be countered with an outrageous tactic. Take it as you will. The game is about to end. Oh shit, the game is about to end, everyone. Home left down from to Archimedes is an elegant. Oh, don't ask me, I'm just a messenger. You know, you have been... I didn't even think about this. You could be the most sus person here. Because, here's the thing. He's a priest, right? Yet, he doesn't really go for, you know, the whole, oh god, I can't be near him, because faith burns. Right. By the way, who relayed this message to you, then? A good friend, a cautious friend. I'll be able to tell you more than that. More than that, even if you force me to. Well, shit. It's the moment that might decide the rest of my days. What would you do in my place, Marvel? When I was faced with a dilemma that would shape the rest of my life, the world felt too big and scary and impossible to understand, so I simply escaped from that choice into the seminary. If that should go advice, I'm going to have to ask you to shove it. I would expect nothing less. Don't you regret? Regret what? You're kind of shady, but don't seem like a bad guy. Still, you have to accept the people above you are responsible for some horrible things. Superiors ask cowards our own sins, then the punishment probably has to be for this world or irredeemable. Yeah, probably. Clever, but not a real answer. Being a low-level grunt for assholes you find wholly objectable. No way to live. I don't know. Is it? I finished the smoke in silence. I have to kill. Don't know if and when we'll see each other again. When that happens, I probably won't be the same old me. Of course, but before I leave to go Benoit, let me say one more thing. Yeah? These are difficult times, my parishioners keep calling me the things people are going through they might never meant, but if this keeps up, cause horrifying invisible damage to this nation. Yeah, sort of did, didn't it? Dreadful darkness is killing us all little by little. Like every powerful evil, it manifests itself little by little. Its influence may be, I confess to being strangely excited for a moment where seeing the suffocate normal disappear. This is a time to dream a new world is possible. Walk these empty streets, sure. Where are the saviors right now, basking in its shadow and uncertainties? After the apocalypse comes the great rebirth. Then we see not just await your next report with great curiosity. I give him a nod and sprint away. Now I know what I must do. Hey Moon, my lone constant companion. Yeah, there's the moon, doing its thing, being a moon. I moved here for good from you. From, you know, the old country. You were the only close friend who kept me company. Never found the right place back though. Never found the right place here, especially not when I'm not quite alive, not quite dead, not that Slavic, not that American. Well, it was about time I finally carved out some space for myself. Been a long road, hasn't it? Wish me luck. Catch him from the auto, because of course he had to be the first person I met though. No way. No. No. I will laugh and stuck in the entire city. Don't show up to the resolution of my own investigation. How about you demonstrate a modicum of courtesy? Courtesy? Go. I should put you on trial. I can't guarantee I eventually won't. You mess with Kaiser. The imminent crisis of the city. Beat him to a pulp like a random goon. He'll do everything he can to destroy you from now on. My bet is he will succeed. Well, will be. For now, at the very least, I'd like to show the core I'm not baby fledgling. You can't see a tattoo is given to the end. Make a huge mistake. How did you even learn the meeting is happening in the first place? I'm not as trash as investigator as you thought I was. I never said, but you are showing it. It's not a fair assessment. I want to finish this whole mess myself, for your own good. Nice if you ask me what I think next time. I'm not too pissed off you tried to pull this without me. I'm not letting it show, counting on being able to guilt-trip him into submission. Deep-side impersonation proves that my tactic was successful. Fine, but you will stay quiet the whole time. No tricks, ifs, or buts. But of course. This way. Step into the mall of the gallery. Celebration power almost over. Comes back to their usual respective styles again, looking wary of each other's company. Trapped in their own little worlds. Still questioning. There's still a few things that the problems here. Okay, so here's the thing. So, the whole thing was back before this really started becoming an investigation. There was Catherine, who was supposed to be like our handler in this whole matter between us and the Anarchs. Right? Just disappeared. Who knows where she went? She was supposed to have to introduce us to Torque and all that. Just disappeared. Like, okay. Eventually, we had to go to Thamica to reach Torque, and that didn't really turn out too well either. But still, what happened to Catherine? She's just gone. I mean, Ekaterina the Wise, she's just poofed out of the story for some reason. Don't know why. Still sus. But anyway, again, everyone's apparently sus. So the celebration almost ends back to the usual. Right, I already read that. The hotel's nearly empty now, and Quater's gently strung over the last remaining nobodies until leaving the premises. Eventually, only me and a select few New York camera of VIPs remain. Everyone at fault, right? As if I can remember voices, eh? Mr. Winsky, barely made it, huh? I don't know why I use the same voice for you when I use the auto for Arturo. That's worth the glued on smile spotting me first. Just as cynically enthused to see me as ever, so I finally showed his face around here. Wanted to show if you joined us tonight. Quater made this meeting sound like a one-man show. I thought it was supposed to be quiet. Preparation took me a bit longer than I thought they would. I apologize. Are you by chance planning to surprise us with something? Well, if I was planning something, it wouldn't be a surprise if I told you now, would it? Kind of everyone's attention, please. We're about to begin. Everyone man in the building gave us the wrong Quater. Ah, exciting. Oh, fuck. And then she just shows up. Out of nowhere. Where the hell have you been this entire time? Like, seriously, Catherine. I don't even know. She's just there. Now. Is everyone present? Like, totally present. And accounted for. Like, my prince. I am totally wait, wrong voice. My prince. Yes, before we begin, let me welcome an unusual guest to our fold. She gestured toward a corner from behind. The most assertive that would have never, ever appeared here under normal circumstances. How much you want to bet it's... No, not who I was thinking. I was suspecting Kaiser. Anyway, name's Torque. I'm the Baron of the Bronze. I was delegated here by my compatriots as an oversight authority. I'm here to observe the results of the investigation. Nothing more, nothing less. Let me stress this one last time. This is a one-time occurrence meant to elevate the tension of the city, not a symbol of mutual recognition, not in the slightest. Big Hatsman's face to get a feel for how Hardline lawyers might grapple with this arrangement. His expression betrays no surprise, only slight discomfort. If even he is found it, the prince must have been extremely convincing about the necessity of temporary truce. Or some Machiavellian strategies he's got ready up her sleeve, who knows? Of course, we might have irreconcilable differences, but there are times they have to be temporarily put aside in order to quell unrest and open paths for constructive, meaningful change. When we like to voice our concerns, the time is now. Torque, Otoro, and Pato exchange glances. No one like consider an innocent gesture. No, what? No, I know. I roll my eyes. A stick or a carrot, Torque? What made you break and sell your compatriots? How much do you really know? Not greater. May I? Step to the middle room and clears his throat theatrically. First, let me plainly state that the conclusion I'm going to present is by no means my own achievement. It is a result of a tireless investigation conducted by a talented kindred I won't name him. Channel glass of torch direction serves as a sufficient space for why we fiercely call them by their names. Wait, what? Didn't Brisbane read that? Conducted by talented kindred I won't name him. Oh, so basically the Coterie film last time. Besides us. And of course, Julia Sawinski. There we go. Whose ceaseless groundwork over the past few nights served as a foundation for the findings that are about to be revealed here. Thank you, Julia. The first time he sets out to oversell my achievements. As the sharp my role here is mostly representative. For the last few nights overseeing the celebrations in Elysium, making sure no harm would befall anyone present. Luckily none did. Looks like the prince's decision to move forward with the event was the correct one. And for that we should send our thanks to Quater and let us not overlook our guest to a degree. The magic defense my key allies in diplomatic action is the only way forward in this case. No matter how wrong-headed the enemy can be, we still need avenues to negotiate and communicate. Here's how Tamiko would react to him looking like the corporate bastard designing the future order, dismissing potential for change that lies in unrest. No wonder she dumped him. Like, spells the empty pleasantries and let Quater move on. I don't have all night for this. The voice I gave her almost fits, in a way. Right, I'll be concise. Douglas Boss. Callahan's remains were found in the office by one of his guards for staying in the evening. The first candidate to confirm it was another anarch, Baron Torque, Present Hill. Mystery book offer would refer to the circumstances Callahan's death as a classic closed-room mystery. The matter door locked from the inside served as a sole way in. There was no mortar weapon, no use for testimonies. Evidence was, how do I put it, barely circumstantial at best. Well, that's sus right there. It's like, what's going on here? Why are you trying to reach my head? Or was that first? It was one hell of a puzzle. One where the answer couldn't even be approached using a tried and tested question. Que bono? We were presented with a poorly timed power people. A tense situation where a long-planned celebration was in danger. Suddenly all of us were faced with an uncertain future. Everybody benefited, yet nobody did. No one was especially fond of Callahan, but it's not like anyone seemed particularly keen on removing him from the equation, especially at this time. But yet you all did. For a moment we were sure this was the beginning of an offensive on the part of the Camarilla. We started wondering just how violent our retaliation should be. And as for us, we were momentarily convinced that the anarchs were applying to blame us for their own internal power struggles. Tense situation resolved only thanks to skillful and swift diplomacy. Dare I say, yet another victory for a talented prince. We made sure to examine all the contacts Callahan might have had in the last days, Both said her efforts were tireless, and rarely misguided. He just had to spell at least one binary more, didn't he? No, he's probably just covering his ass. As such as they might have been, I was sure to mutter at the possibilities, not explain them. Callahan had a lot of enemies, but they were the most very kind of enemies one can have. Folks who barely ever thought of him anymore. In other words, no one really had a particular interest to get rid of him, because they could always simply work their way around him. Just before last Christmas, even witnessed the first ever successful first-light raid against an extremely profitable blood trade supply lines. The lone ace of his sleeve, a downright shady ability to perfectly maneuver around the all SIA activities going. Callahan's decline was about to awe, and a domino effect made his empire slowly crumble. Up until recently, he'd done an admirable job keeping up with the times and getting away with murder, but suddenly all the prison spotlights were on him. The stories we all hear about him multiplayer the depressed downright maniac, recluse, slashing out at everyone struggling and utterly failing to fit into the new reality he found himself in. Close to him, no evidence of a struggle, a lack of strong will. While he'd done it, the corpse being found in the very early evening hours. The conclusion is simple. Callahan's final death was self-inflicted. Suicide, to put it in simple terms. Huh. Silence says through the room. So wow, that is the angle they'll be approaching, isn't it? That's how it show. I'll explain. It was an independent detective who first sent me on to this theory only last night. There's no suicide note of any kind, of course, but the message our recently parted has sent might not have necessarily been a verbal one, but consider everything with the position of the body, or it's like an arrow pointing at us to notice something. Was it? Because according from what I'm seeing, he's just pointing sort of at this desk. Here's the last thing Carol can... Oh. I get... Maybe. Not exactly connecting it. Here's the last thing Carol hands on. His on life was a portrait of one Lord Castlereagh, the second Marquess of Londonderry, which is coincidentally where Callahan was born. To most, he was a reviled trader, a heartless oppressor of all descent. The main threat against each rebellion the Irish have gone through. Successful in all ways but those that matter to his people. Some call him a tragic figure, holding together selfish hours against a common threat, always fighting for painful and unpopular compromise, ruined by overwork, sickness, and poor public speaking skills. Not hard to see why Douglas Callahan would empathize. Polite snackers. Indeed, especially when you realize that the sickness in his blood, his failures, the hatred from his own people, and a growing paranoia led him to commit a dramatic suicide within his own four walls. Ah, I see. Assumption is instead of stabbing himself to death with a knife or pen, so he decided to let the sun embrace him in its warmth. Castlereagh's final face burning into his eyes, a poetic final death. It's not close to what he might have wanted, but possibly the best explanation of his motivation that we're going to get. Does everyone follow? Harry signs first room. Nobody speaks up except Prince Banhard. To me, it's all perfectly understandable, agreeable, and most importantly, it fits the man I've come to understand over the last 2 decades. Consent murmurs resonate through the room. Agreed, and might I add, there were some irregularities in the handling of the crime scene, but the anarch leaders finally suggested Callahan's resentful ghouls were to blame. Folks have been real happy to see him dead. That's all I'm saying. They were overboard with the celebration. They've all been interrogated, though. As I received all the resulting intel, and it's done nothing to change my mind. There would depend on Callahan's state of mind, or you search to support the suicide theory. It is my suggestion that we all announce these findings to our respective communities first thing tomorrow night. Sounds reasonable. I think that this concludes with me. I have to keep her the asylum to the honors. No time wasted, huh? Alright, does anyone have anything to add? Any questions to ask? Take your time. Silence. I look at everyone just saying it out in perfect agreement. Congrats everyone, congrats us. We achieved a perfect victory. No loose ends, no rocking the boat, no nothing. Stop. Makes you want to puke. How many they contributed to this final report. I'm certainly just quite to believe this shit running from his mouth. So he's been a camera lawyer, a fanatic even, but... Miss Julia, any final statements? This is it. Now or never. If anyone can blow its pathetic charade wide open to me, but there's no coming back from this road and it has a cost. Spent all my life and non-life on social climbing the sunken cost fallacy is kicking in. Challenging them here might be the only way of ever making out of the pit I'm in. Now maybe this is my time to head into the unknown. Kill my ego. At least temporary shop. The voice of the elder screaming in my head betray my Lizambra instincts. Make all these ghosts go away and figure out something new. How scary it might be. Do I dare? Maybe I don't. I feel like that's an incredible price to be one way right from me. If I just dare to take out the revolver, single bullet I have hidden on me. If I ever have a crazy game of Russian roulette. First I get this foreboding gangster movie feeling. There's a scene where the future mobster could have gone out by a dent. The end the cow can't think all the splendor of this golden hours worth this pathetic end. Like there are two selves battling for dominance inside me. One of them has to die, that way I gets to live. Honestly, it's a flip of the coin. I reflect on all the kindred I've met, the lessons I've learned, choice I made with these past few nights to make a decision. Then feel like I'm simply following the wagon. Depth of this investigation is just logical conclusion. I respond. I don't get to make a fucking choice. Fuck it. Cause apparently all these traits laid up. Loyal to the end. Remember that choice you made in the very beginning? Loyal to the end. Also optimistic. That appears of power never hurt anyone. Wait, no. Honesty is the best policy. I chose that. Honesty is the best policy. Why are we lying? Don't. Just roll with it, me. Fucking bullshit. No, nothing. Kratos done an excellent job of summing up the entire case. Barely detectable tension there disappears. The first time they might have had to reckon with something I said, but lucky for them, turns out they won't. Well, looks like that's all, folks. Yes, looks like it. That's that might be going now. Places to be, kindred to see. Like, took the words right out of my mouth. You can see in some of their faces, everyone's happy. Tomorrow, we escort Mr. Torque out. Me and Thomas will have to appease Mr. Payne for disrupting the sanctity of the Elysium. Certainly, right this way. Tomorrow night, we're back to being enemies, of course. Of course, isn't that just... Isn't that just what you wanted to hear, Addison? Well, spare me the condescension. Yeah, words. Why are there so many big words in this game? Helene. In the commotion, I'm approached by Crater. He looks at me in the eye and makes a show of observing deeply. I have to go and see everyone back to safety now, but thank you for not pulling any stupid tricks. I really appreciate it. Who do you think I am? Someone else, I apologize for that. Sometimes you just see something and completely misinterpret. We'll think about how to handle the future, particularly the Kaiser issue tomorrow, right? If I'm even here tomorrow. Still, sure and show sorry to the end. Just fucked me over in the end. Pats me in the back with a short, awkward smile. See you then. Everyone slowly scatters, but I just sit there keeping eye contact with the only person here I still have some unfinished business with. Catherine, right? The artifact should have kept its door closed well now, but nobody considers weird that I'm staying. After all, the only person that is still accompanying me is the keeper of the asylum. Yeah, I figured it would just be us left. Aren't they a happy bunch? All's well that ends well. People are getting over us like you really had some good cards to play. You're a poker player? Occasionally. It's a very socialized thing to do. Played with Jennifer Terry once. Must be easy to keep a poker face with you, you know. Ah, snap. I know, it does help. And you do seem to know a lot about the cards other people are holding. Like all great games, poker does show some principles, lessons, and necessary skill sets for real life. Take out now smoke this conversation to bring the tension back. Our two fences go for looking for a hole in each other's defense. I don't fire about you in Kaiser's car. Seems like he's worried about you. Unpredictable, variable in his equations. Ah, so see, that's the one card I didn't predict you drawing. Speaking of not predicting something, when I was waking up tonight, I didn't expect a good friend would provoke me into coming here. Who might that have been? Not a lot of people in this room had an inclination to act friendly towards me in any way whatsoever. Sure looks like someone made a risky play. You know, great players make dangerous plays sometimes. You know why? No idea. Boredom. Boredom that gets to you. When you love the game, there's always this fear that might turn into a perfectly predictable series of optimal plays. Trying to make a play that might not seem optimal at the moment, then a direct attack. You're not really Catherine Wise, are you? I don't know who else I could be. Well then. She's not actually a Catherine the Wise. That's interesting. Let me phrase it differently. You're not a Catherine the Wise, the agitator of Prague, a Bruja elder causing turbulences all over the world, are you? Oh, finally we learned about Clan Bruja. Clan Bruja is made up of the revolutionaries, the contraries, the oppressed, and the disposed. They've always embraced from the ranks of those who have gone against the grain, ranging from punks to gang members to professional bomb throwers. Still, the clan adheres to no single ideology. Like most organizations, they prey upon the raw emotions of the young and disfranchised. Clan's commitment to the ideas of those they embrace is usually only skin deep, fledgling to embrace the fighter and protester, commonly referred to as rebels, punks, or rabble. And they're usually mostly anarchs, because reasons. She laughs. That fire must have been pretty thorough. Kinda knows what he's doing. That's why I'm afraid of what he might do to me to get revenge. Rightfully so. Maybe I'll help him out in exchange for a favor. Stuff all this on together, strike a partnership. Parts to keep each other in check. That was a joke, it wasn't very funny. Just to know, I'd made precautions. It was a bluff, honestly. I expected more of a reaction. Kaiser's documents, did they mention anything about Ostrava? I said that's where you're born as Hanna Urbanova. Urbanova is unlucky enough to immigrate to New York City at the perfect age. I have a pretty accent, approximately that of Ekaterina. Honestly, Spice a lot. Crater told me that I used to once organize a bloodhound after Ekaterina. That she was both a liability and too intertwined with the city's history to give up on her. Solution: you were deemed the best possible compromise by all the parties involved. The particulars aren't really described here. It's theorized that blood magic was used, maybe flesh crafting. You may feel anxious. Her accomplices embrace. Christoph. He's mentioned. He's mentioned. Christoph. The man who caught me apologizing that Albert broke my jaw. As if he wasn't to blame. Violent brainwashing. For stones done, I might not be in carrying the wise, but I'm definitely Catherine Weiss now. You're as good about the situation as I probably can. Now she's the brilliant Batman, and you're the fun-loving Bruce Wayne? San Diego de la Vega? Something like that. A bounty who sleeps a lot and parties a lot. I have to do something unpleasant from time to time. Do you hate her? Sometimes, but mostly I pity her. Come to set my fate, I don't even feel much trauma when I see my jaw in the mirror, the way she does. Some pig broke her centuries ago, and she still relives that sorrow every time she catches a glimpse of her own face. All that power, all that reach, all the appearances, still not enough. Don't get me wrong, but is there a point to all these questions? Oh, there definitely is. I think it was reading your father that made me ultimately decide against turning this investigation upside down. What's it now? A girl from Eastern Europe comes to New York City, takes the position she always suspected to find herself in. It's molded into somebody who is no longer herself. She's always struck a chord. Felt like you were maybe ever so slightly pushing me to follow your way, to lose myself in a position of considerable power. I could see Julia Sowinski showing Hannah Urbano's fame. To be honest, it scared the shit out of me. Eva shakes her head. Funny, the traffic is just 15 kilometers away from Poland's border. I know. I think I've been there once when I was a kid. Parents love to travel. Who doesn't? Tastes my smoke, turns back, takes a deep drag, and returns it to me. All these long-established organizations. For time, the practices always degenerate, start draining everything out. The participants turn to a cycle of abuse aimed at no one in particular. The funny thing is, the victims aren't allowed into positions where they can perpetrate the abuse. They feel the abuse is aimed specifically at them. There's no winning move here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think you're making excuses for yourself. She desperately tries to stop her, but she laughs. Sounds like a harpy screaming. But strangely endearing. Take a drag off the cigarette she took from me earlier. And a great score in it silently informs me it's an indirect kiss. Let's walk outside. Oh, now it changed to Hannah. Interesting. I did do that earlier? Or was it after that? Nope, it was right now. Let's walk outside. I need to close up shop. Don's almost ill. We still need to talk about how to get you a Kaiser's Grand. Don followed to the street. So I hear you've been laboring for human? Yeah, it didn't work out. Oh, and why is that? Because we're stupid, that's why. I don't know how to do this. Do I dare to call it? District Bond came to happen. I know it can't last beyond tonight, but I'm saving every second. She's been, turns out she's been single white femaling me. I don't follow at all. I come home, I feel where. Come home, I find I enjoy wearing my clothes, smoke my cigarettes, pretending to be me, the creepiest thing in the world. So you find that pretending to be someone else is the creepiest thing in the world. I see. I see how it is. Oh, piss off! That's a low blow. That is. Why would she do that? No idea. I just yelled at her and saw her running out. She's probably back home now. I hope. No, I don't. I don't know. No, that's bad. Maybe you should just, you know, ask her why she did it. Yeah, see? Let's be reasonable. For fuck's sakes. Just ask her why she did it. Then make an informed decision. Like, smart. Instead of being, you know, our selfish git that we've been this entire time. What are you talking about? That would be reasonable. I don't... fuck's sakes. There's yourself as a thought for a moment, first be torn whether or not to tell me something. Might just be a Catherine speaking. But I was thinking about you two and Cartridge. Who are talking about? What about that name? Some people claim it has too much historical baggage as the myth. It didn't work it. Still, vampires taking advantage of humans. Still, a beautiful dream, and you two are like the embodiment of it. In that apocryphal story, Cartridge does not destroyed because Romans agree for land, but because kindred and kind coexisted there in harmony. That's pretty deep cut, you know. How long ago were you embraced again? I haven't really a lot to catch up, then return to slash form copy. Why me still refuses to die? It might be as well. It might be as well be a Catherine speaking. He's saying you to die for a pipe dream, but that's the best option I can think of to get away from him. He'll forgo in mind. I'm listening. Head for the Anarch Free State of California. Head for the Anarch Free State of California. Look for a man called Giles. Not Nines, Giles. If you're alone, you might have to do a lot to prove yourself. If you're a friend, you might have to do a lot there or less. To see you bear to fight for the noble cause of establishing new Cartridge. It's hopeless, but no matter what, tough at craters. Putting on still rather than waiting for Kaiser to act. I might as well go shot, and then see what's next. Thank you. And don't thank me, you idiot. I'm sending you to the West Coast to die. And just so you're not appeared to blabber for about me to Kaiser. And so then I can please my boss. Now scram. That's not so much so. Sure, thank you, no less. Even just to piss you off some more. Anything else I should know? I'm telling you how practicing you are. Now in favor. Oh fuck, no, don't you even dare do this to me. Learn how practice you are, never follow Lindard knows, but in an hour peril keeps St. Jude the patron saint of desperate. Fuck off with that. You don't get poor stuff in redemption that much. Not if you're in legends, I mean really, but in my darkest hour, someone told me to keep him in mind. Maybe I won't be here if he didn't. Fucking Christoph. Yeah, I know St. Jude. Every time his mom used to joke he was the patron saint of persistence. That's a great one. Anyway, fellow Catholic Guild survivor and classic Eastern European upbringing. Not married to anything. And stay safe, Catherine, thank you. See you again someday, somewhere, Julia. Although probably not. I'll wait for her for the first and probably the last time and leave the asylum behind. Now can we not do something stupid and just resolve this simply? Hey. Stay in the bed as always she was crying before, but trying best to hold up. Where were you? I was finishing my big investigation. Sniffs. So, how was it? Fucked up big time. Didn't perfect fight. Don't tell me you expected anything different. Did actually. Used to be a Cheyenne sample of an investigative journalist. I never felt comfortable being in sample. Once her face proves that got to her. Not happy with who I am. Jesus, you're copying me in every damn respect, aren't you? Fuck you, I'm being serious. I know I'm not trying to be an asshole or ever trying not to be an asshole. Or you're two leeches who got stuck to each other, huh? Like a two-person human centipede loop or something, and or a Boros or a Mobius strip. I lost my own metaphors. I take a note of smoke and slowly decide what to say. Extremely good-looking, kind, endlessly energetic. You got a steady job and as an artist, and even steadier influence of cash. Why'd you want to be someone else? You're extremely good-looking, clever, talented as fuck, and mortal and extremely young, and internally young. But you still have that horribly deep well of self-loathing within you for some godforsaken reason. And it fucks me up as much as it does you. No shit. That's the thing about that. If you're in a relationship that's self-loathing, it's not self-loathing. It's more of all-around loathing. that shit screws up things very fast. Like, it's like basically saying, oh, well, here's the thing. You're gonna feel bad, and that's gonna make people sympathize, but since you feel bad about yourself, you're just gonna push people away and do stupid shit that causes your relationship to break, and then you're gonna feel even worse. Yeah, fun times. Don't just say probably, definitely. Yeah, I get but single white female. It was impulse. It was the first time I did it, I swear. I didn't know what got into me. That time was just fuck. Maybe I just wanted to see if I could be a better you than you. Don't know. Maybe I need therapy, but I'm tired of looking for the kind of therapy that feels like it works and is not just brainwashing me. She might be lying. I don't want to believe she's lying. I choose to believe she's not lying. What do I have to lose? I think I want to give it one more shot. She raises her head. Do you? Yeah, I think I do. There is one condition, though. She shoots me a cold look. What condition? I told you I fucked up my investigation, but not how badly. Well, it looks like I'm no longer safe in New York City. I need to run first thing tomorrow evening. The only way I see is a bunch of loons living on the West Coast who are trying to bring about a utopia where humans and vampires could coexist. Probably more dangerous than staying here, to be honest, not to mention how dangerous it could be for you. And I haven't even figured out how we're going to get there safely, but yeah. I'm beyond tired of sitting on my ass, go elaborate with monsters. This is the first page of my second chapter. This is a lot to take in, no shit. I know. But I think I'm in. I know I'm in. You've got a future. You've got rich parents. You don't have to do this. Casey Mr. Terror's parents is like a goddamn I don't know, original sin in my book. Don't want to coast on the money, I want to try doing something that fucking matters. Are you certain? As certain as I am that the deep state exists. That's good enough. For me. Watch the sleep, the sun is probably already up. Now pack up your clothes. What for? Are you planning to unleash Dark Dakota on me again? Don't say that, as they're trying to be an asshole. It's a process. By the way, hi Moon. Nice to see you again. The day went by on well, this is going to be a fun time, you know, because remember, we have what? How many hours in a night? Yeah, exactly. Not that many. Like, say, maybe, depending on where you, oh god, depending on where you are, actually. Because here's the thing, there's time zones for everywhere, so here's the thing, actually. Because if you're going west, yeah. If you're going west, so say like sunsets at 8, but then when you cross over you're at 7. Depends. Yeah. You have to stay behind the sun so you don't. But anyway, just think about logistics and such, because there's not really that many hours in a night. It would take you quite a few days to go all the way from New York City to California, and in that time you'd have to, yeah, I'm not sure how you would survive just by car. Day went by and I woke up just like any other night. That was the first surprise. Dakota following through with the plan was the second. I'll even say I don't know about her, but I'm kind of hoping I'll burn the moment we leave. Fuck all these out-of-touch psychiatrists assholes who murdered Callahan and partied on his grave all week. Fuck the opportunity going and seize the moment and do what had to be done. Fuck the stamp of Mammon and where truth is impossible to find. Fuck the bronze for yeah, so apparently just fuck New York. Okay, I'm done. I'm probably gonna try to stop it. Motels, drink from truckers and hitchhikers and wherever. Sign will be like a pair of surrogates prowling America's highways. Remember Near Dark, that nomadic vampire movie? Of course I do. Is that what we're planning to do in the Midwest? Maybe, maybe not. We'll improvise. Just hit me. Won't the motels and such be closed because of the virus, though? Fuck, we're dead. We're so dead. Shit, I don't know. I'm thinking about that. Maybe I really should rob the bank and pay it the circulatory system. Getting some smugglers to the West Coast. Whatever, it might be fun. You know, you'll be the one paying for everything, and I don't want to expose myself to anything, and I don't want to expose anyone to anything. Didn't have shit talking online about that, suggesting New Yorkers who are probably spreading that thing all around the country right now. Oh shit. Yeah, that was a thing. Gotcha. Traverse the car thinking you'll be disinfecting yourself before any time we touch. Okay, that's just being freaky. No, it isn't. That is not being freaky, that's being safe. You should wear a mask. Nope. I'm trying so hard not to just close the game at that point. Ah, God. Sometimes I hate yours so much. Helps that the free in the home of the brave. No, you should wear a mask. You should be safe. Don't be a Julia. Hey, yeah? Do you love me? If you frickin' say I know, I am going to hit that ass. There we go. That's much better. Of course fuck off. For now at least, I should have known if I love her. Or if I came in love with anyone for that matter. I'm a fucking monster after all. No shit. Don't know for existence next month. The prospects are not looking good. Though I can't even see myself in the real mirror right now. I remember this image of this leaving city somewhat melancholic and somewhat hopeful forever. And maybe the meaning of this image will be clever over time, or maybe it will just force a more positive description around it. That's what I'll believe. What happens even if oceans of bloodline before, so make this a cherished memory. Your possible salvation still remains for me. Power lies in the eyes of another. Then we get that's just how it ends. Well, I pressed that so nothing happened, so... Did I break the game? Because it feels like something should happen. Like there should be credits or at least something. Seriously? Well, that's just weird. So what you're telling me basically is, yeah, we are made in night 9 compared to like night 15 or so in that. But seriously, what you're telling me is it just... Yeah, it glitched out though. Wow. Oh, that's a thing. So I can't see the actual ending, it just breaks though. Well, that's fucking rude. Huh. Huh, indeed. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that. Oh, let's see if I can look this up real quick. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking up, so that's not helpful. By the way, I think there's, yeah, different endings, too. Because apparently one of the endings, Dakota dies. Yeah, that's a thing. That's sort of what I was expecting, to be honest. I was expecting them to kill her off to get back at me, which would have probably pissed me off, but somehow I was suspecting that more than this whole... I'm not gonna say it's a good ending, it's more of a neutrally decent ending. Oh, so apparently we got the bad ending, because the bad ending is apparently making up the girlfriend and finding better cause to fight for. That's the bad ending. The good ending is apparently sacrificing humanity for power. How does that even make sense? Also, still, I haven't found a way, if there's a way to progress this or not. It's just sort of... Yeah, it's like I press that and nothing happens. Like, what do I do? Huh. So yeah, just stuck. Wow. Well, hell, I don't know. Because apparently I can't progress this, so... Fuck it. Oh well. Apparently that's where my story ends. I feel like there's probably still some stuff after that, but apparently we can't progress, so... So we got the bad, good ending, I don't know. My mind's... Yeah, my mind's done with this game, let's just go with that. It definitely was a thing. It definitely was thought-provoking. It definitely hit too close to home on a few things. And then we went to, you know, the worst Yale. Because that was the thing we had to go into. But yeah, still, we ended up with Dakota. That was the thing. Sort of. Not sure how that's going to work with the whole getting all the way to the West Coast and all that, but it's at least a hopeful ending. I'll give it that. But still, though, depending on choices, it could have gone a lot worse. Am I happy with how it ended? Not really. I mean, sure, I like the hopeful ending a bit, but I'm not exactly happy with the whole, we just said nothing. Just, meh, whatever. Let things happen. Just left. Because, you know, the consequences of speaking up could have been probably a lot worse. But anyway. Oh, well. As for now, 10 minutes done. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank y'all. Have a nice day or night.